Only that Dorito 2 in play on the far side. Wolverines moving a player now into the Snake 50, but outside the Snake cluster. Dorito's been taken out on Apocalypse. This Snake 50, Bobby Walmsley. Bobby Walmsley on the outside Snake cluster, playing across to Dorito 2, picks him up, and Wolverines will take the first point. I think Apocalypse a little shell shot. They found their feet well there after the original loss of 1 or 2. They immediately turned around and settled to slow the game down to what they preferred. But Wolverines did very well to pick up that point. Good on them. Hurry. So exciting paintball here. Really impressive stuff. Next, though, we've also got Reaper versus Brutal Affliction. They will be swapping sides. This was a quick round. The red flag on Reaper in the previous one did not help. I'm having a look, though.
20 seconds.
They do have 5. They're starting with 5, which is good to see. The rain is coming, though, ladies and gentlemen. We're squeezing. On your screen, Reaper breaking left to right in that red. 1-0 to Brutal Affliction. Let's see how this plays.
Game on.
So far off the break, not seeing anyone pipped just yet. Reaper throws a play into the Snake 50. Remember, there's a Brutal Affliction player right on that 3/4 brick block on your screen. Player called out. Brutal player on the brick on the Dorito side called out. They're still on the Snake side. Reaper throws another kid into Snake 1. It looks like there's a playoff here. Brutal player does. There's a pit check. Head rep Byron van Staden checking that 50 Snake, making sure, calls him out. Player is out, gets out of that Snake. There is a player now on the Snake 1, but outside of the cluster on your screen now, I believe that's Alex Bade. Remember, you can even see that Brutal Affliction player there. Looks like he took a hit, not quite, must have been the spray. There's going to be a face-off here, I can tell you that much. I'm having to talk quickly because there's too much bass in my voice. Alex picks up where it's in the goggle. That a Brutal Affliction player is still clean, though. See, Maxwell for Reaper is also out. He must have been dropped on the other side. This looks like it's Brutal's advantage. Reaper called down on Dorito 2 on the far side. That is a Brutal Affliction advantage. They are coming up and they are coming out strong.
Base.
We're waiting for that point confirmation. Remember, it's not a race to 4, it's mercy 4. You have to win by 4 points, but hell, remember, if you win 4-0, doesn't really matter then, does it? That is what we call in the league a whitewash. But there's still a lot of paintball to be played between Reaper and Brutal Affliction, so don't count them out yet. We know Reaper can come back, especially in these pro games. Anything can happen.
30 seconds.
There's your 30-second counter for Apocalypse and Wolverines. Wolverines playing very well to take the previous point across from Apocalypse,
20
rather.
Seconds.
Is Wolverines going to take that momentum going forward? Herbst, hand raised. There's clearly energy in that camp. You can see they're feeling good. Apocalypse now know they have something to deal with here. Let's see what they've got. Right to left, Apocalypse on screen, Wolverines. Haven't seen anyone called off the break just yet. Wolverines players, I believe that's Bobby Walmsley, comes into that 1/4 brick on the Snake side. Apocalypse, I've got eyes on their Dorito 1. Look at that, Wolverines, 2 players in that Snake wing, before the wing. Pre-wing. There, Apocalypse slides now outside of the cluster into Snake 1, not in the cluster itself. Don't have eyes on him yet. That wing's going to pick him up if he's not careful. APOC player letting a stream of bullets go on your screen. They're really releasing. He hasn't been picked up just yet. The spray from the paint is almost too much at the moment. The refs clearing that Apocalypse player. Wolverines player has been dropped out of that 3/4 brick. That man's alone in that 117. It was Bobby Walmsley who got taken out of that three-quarter brick. APOC player getting checked. Wolverines player moves into snake 1. Wolverines player called out in that snake 1 outside cluster. APOC moves directly into the snake 50, but outside the cluster. That's Van der Vat, the 119 in the 199 APOC shirt. He's throwing across the field. Oh, we're going to wear it in here. He's aiming for that Dorito 1 bunker. In that Dorito 1 bunker, they need to try and move on that Dorito side. Van der Vat's pinned. They do eventually take him out, I believe. A lot of paint being thrown. It's very impressive to watch how they dodge this as well. We are in the middle of this lane, and it is terrifying. Literally, we're at the end of that lane. I do believe that Wolverine player eventually got picked up. No, he hasn't. More bullets coming into studio. Paul, I feel I need some danger pay on days like this. Wolverines player, what a bunker. The Wolverines player gets taken out, and APOC are going to bring that point back. They moved well. Their communication was better. And it shows in the fact that they're going to take the point out. I could hear APOC talking constantly.
Nice.
I'm not sure about the Dorito side, of course. It's a little far. But on this near side, constant levels of communication. That was a terrible lane to be in.
Point approved.
There's your point approval, and Apocalypse ties it up 1-1 against Wolverines. Good to see. But that means we go back to Reaper and Brutal Affliction.
30 seconds.
Your 30-second counter. Remember, Brutal Affliction in your telltale purple will be breaking left to right. Reaper right to left in that red. I see another camera has been picked up in this aftermath. Absolute chaos. They're doing more cleaning than filming.
10 seconds. Game on.
There's your Brutal Affliction break. Looking good. No one picked up off the break yet. There's that three-quarter brick. There has been someone called. I'm just thinking it's on the Reaper side. There's a Reaper play on the brick 50 on the far Dorito side. You're not going to have eyes on him just yet. I believe that's Alex Bade on that wing before the actual snakes. The snake cluster. Brutal Affliction losing a player, leaving your field on the corner of your screen. There's double snake corner there. 55 for Reaper. Not much positional changes at the moment. It's good to see a slower round between these two teams. Both points were very, very quick. The Reaper throwing in a snake player in the cluster itself, though. Brutal Affliction player takes one to the head. Ref running into check. It looks like a bounce. Wait for the call, though. He is cleared to play. Our cameraman risking life and limb. Reaper player gets called out of that snake. Oh, the other Brutal player wears it in the gun. He's out of there, out of that quarter brick. Good shooting cross field. But like I said, it's nice to see a bit of a slower round now. Nothing too serious. Who's that? George for Reaper sitting in that back temple bunker.
Towel. Towel. Towel.
Towel thrown in.
Point approved.
Towel's been thrown in. Brutal Affliction gets that point. 3-0 at the moment. It was a better point from Reaper. A lot more control. Really good to see them also able to drop back a gear. Let's see if they can carry it on. Let's see if they can get a point on that board as well. Brutal Affliction looking very, very strong. On your screen, you got Apocalypse going to their bunker. They're on their pit side bunker.
20 seconds.
Your champions at the moment, Brutal Affliction leading, then Apocalypse, Team War, and Patriots in fourth. There was a yellow flag on Reaper's side. Hit on the arm and carrying on playing.
Back of the bottle,
Back of the bottle, sorry, and that's also the yellow that was then the towel. That yellow created that towel being thrown in. Big break by Apocalypse. They're holding a defensive line. There's that wing, that wing on Apocalypse in there, not quite in the snakes yet. Clear to play. Doesn't you see clever Apocalypse not playing until after the call of the ref to avoid the risk of the yellow. Another player cleared then on Wolverines as well. Immediately takes that chance to move to another bunker. You can even see the crowd in the background. It is a spectacle at the moment. Absolutely love it. A lot of paint being thrown out as if it doesn't cost money. Which we all know it costs lots of money. There's that 3/4 brick on the Apocalypse side of the field. Snake side as well. Looks like another slow point. Not really slow. There's lots of action, but slow in the way that it hasn't been decided yet. Because this is only 2 points difference, so there's 2 minutes 30 left. Wolverines lose a bunker, Dorito 1 player. So it should be an Apocalypse advantage at the moment. See, it's about the survivability. It's staying alive. Good communication from Blank in the 117 of Wolverines. Oh, there's been another... I've lost it. Who was that? Naran. Wolverines player out of that 3/4 block. Naran very lucky there. He actually went for the Snake 50 bunker, but there wasn't one there. Giving away his position, but then managing to pop over that wing and pick up the Wolverines player without going down. The Wolverines think he's now outside the actual cluster of snakes, but he's not. He's by the wing. Apocalypse moving up outside the cluster. Dorito 3 being utilized, and I'm pretty sure there's a Dorito 1 or a Dorito corner. I do think there's that wing being used by the Wolverines to try and keep Apocalypse down. They've also got that corner snake. Apocalypse player wears it in the head. He just shifted it between the snake bunkers itself and he wore it, but unlucky there. Side of the head. Apocalypse drops back to the Snake 50. Better cover. There's that double Wolverine set up in Snake corner and Snake wing. Apocalypse player in the helmet. Wears it in the helmet, called out of that Snake 50. That's some good shooting, 60 seconds. This point is going to be the decider between the two teams. I've got eyes on an Apocalypse player on that brick on the Apocalypse side. Ooh, a huge temperature drop. Obviously, you won't feel it. The rain is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, pro paintballers aren't, I was going to say aren't girls, but there's girls who play paintball better than most men. They aren't pansies. They play in the rain. It's only lightning that stops them. 27 seconds left. This is going to go into overtime and left Wolverines pull something out. Streaker 247 Wolverines pulled out of that Snake 50, wearing it on the arm. Apocalypse rushing up. They're going to bunker. He does bunker that player. Is he out or in himself? There's 10 seconds left. They need to hit that buzzer. It's exactly what they're going to do. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Yes.
Apocalypse are going to pull this out of the bag. Well played. My heavens. Last few seconds. Let's hope they get cleared. They need to be on the ball here. If he doesn't get cleared, time carries on and there's only 6 seconds left. There's a shot on the bunk. Oh, let's look at that. Looks like there's a shot on the pod. They're getting some extra opinions in there if that's a scrape. Or what's the story there? Let's wait for the call.
Point approved.
Point approved.
Game time finished. Game
Point
finished.
approved. Apocalypse take that 2-1 from Wolverines. Wolverines almost forcing the overtime, literally missing it by a second. So unlucky. They played their bloody hearts out. Unlucky Wolverines. It's a good showing, though. They did really, really well.
1 minute.
Props where props is due, but Apocalypse taking the big W on that one. I think Apocalypse was a little shocked as well. They didn't expect such stiff resistance from Wolverines, but hey, there you have it. Not yet to play games. Hectic stuff happening here in Paintball City. Not that it is actually Paintball City. The reason I call it that is because it's literally what the SARPL does here. It looks like a city, okay? I promise. We are at Emerald Resort and Casino.
20 seconds.
And you're here for 3 days, and all you hear and all you talk is paintball. We're not here to talk bearer bonds. We're not here to talk outsurance.
10 seconds.
We are here to talk paintball.
Game on.
On your screen, a Reaper break there, going all the way to that 3/4 brick. I believe that's Alex Bade, straight into the Snake 50 as well. Gets in clean. Remember, there's one on Brutal Affliction. There's a 3/4 brick player there. So much paint being thrown around. Remember, if you look at the scoreboard, Brutal Affliction just said you sit back and take a point home. Reaper, the obligation is on Reaper to come up here and make something happen. Alex knows there's someone there, but he can't even poke his head out. Literally cannot even poke his head out. There's a player on that Dorito 4 for Reaper. He's moving up though. He's hit that 50 brick. He's there now on the Dorito side, of course. There's that safety Reaper in that snake corner. Throwing a lot of paint. Ref's been calling someone out. It's Alex Bade in that Snake 50. I see Ali's been taken out as well. Reaper in that corner. That's Snake corner. Brutal Affliction shooting on point at the moment. They're doing those pickups, whether it be distance or close. The Snake corner moved up into the wing just before the Snakes. Big pod usage there. The longer rounds, they do tend to run out of paint. Player called out now on the hopper for Brutal Affliction in that 3/4 brick. Reaper losing one there as well as Brutal Affliction. I'm not sure what's happening on that 50 brick. There might be some chaos there. Reaper loses a Dorito 2 player there. I think that's them done, meaning Brutal Affliction can come up and make it a 4-0 whitewash. I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Ace.
Buzzer hit. Let's have a look here. They're going to have a look to see if it's a hit or a swipe. There should be enough alive. There's enough time as well. So we're going to take it as it comes.
Point approved.
Point is approved. Game is finished between Brutal Affliction and Reaper. Brutal taking the win there. The big W. We're going to be setting up for the next set. Your teams will be Awesome versus Team War, Patriots versus Critical. That's your first set of Pro Paintball. Don't go anywhere. We're coming at you live, Super Cup 2018. My name is Adam Zawada, and I will be right back. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Your next set of Champions Division Paintball. It's
20
Team
seconds.
Awesome versus Team War. Exciting stuff. War on your screen now in that black and red. Now, these teams are going to be easy to tell apart because Awesome mainly in black
10 seconds.
with a few other colors speckled in. Nothing too serious with a gold and white. But War will be breaking right to left. War sitting third on the standings at the moment. Real competitors this year. Big run into this 50 snake here. Must be Johan Smith. He's not in the 50 snake, sorry, he's in snake 1, but on the outside of the cluster. Player called out on Awesome. There's a player on that 50 snake in the cluster though. Not sure Johan knows he's there. Oh, big, he wears that in the head. He's out. He get caught across from the Dorito side. Part of the lane, asking for a check there. Called out though, so both War and Awesome losing a couple players. I believe that was Yeo or Yed. These shirts are tough to read. War loses that 50 brick on the far side. Dorito side, the 50 snake is out for Awesome, yet War was laying some paint down. Logan L on the feed. Critical has not played yet. They're coming up a little later, so you're going to have to stay tuned to make sure you watch your favorite team. Whoa, they've got a player still on that 50 bunker. I've lost sight of the Awesome players, to be dead honest. I know they're there. They're there. They're quite defensive. That's a great shot right there into that Dorito corner bunker, Dorito 1, and then that center back Temple bunker. War is also mirroring that exact bunker, but on the opposite side of the field. I believe that's Senecal. And then that snake safety corner. War moves a play up on the Dorito side, either 1 or 2, not sure. This point playing out a little bit. No one's going to want to give ground, especially in the beginning. War moving up again into that Dorito 4 position. Lost their 50 brick player. Now he's moved up all the way into the opposite Dorito. There's a big exchange there. It takes one Awesome player. Does look like he's out as well. War moving up. I believe this is Sparky. Sparky picks up another player. Awesome points down. War of 2 guns alive. They're going to hit that buzzer in their own time.
Ace.
Good, well played stuff. Awesome slowed it down to their pace. They were getting a little picked up out of the bunkers though. War did well to get them. It's good shooting. We can't take Awesome out just yet though. We know they have the skill. We know they have the ability. They're a good team.
Point approved.
Point approval. War goes 1-0 up against Awesome. Which now, for Logan L, Critical is up. It's good you stay tuned, isn't it? Critical
30
against
seconds.
Patriots. Patriots on your screen now will be breaking a left from right. I really like their new jerseys, if I'm honest. I didn't prefer like their old ones. I did tell Ryan about it
20
earlier.
seconds.
So let's see. I know Patriots are very serious this year. They're also in for a running. I think they're 5th on the log. So they're there. They're involved.
10 seconds.
Critical in that red and white.
Game on.
Critical break there. They throw a play into that 3/4 brick on the snake side. Patriots also throw in a snake runner though. Who is it? Is it Leroy? I think it is Leroy Ace. And that snake 1 outside the snake cluster itself. Critical throws in a play into that wing in the snake cluster itself. So snake 1 wing in the cluster itself. They're looking to pick each other up through the gap of the bunkers. Haven't seen anyone picked up off the break just yet though. It's almost like the bullets move faster. It's just that there are more of them. Here's a safety snake for Patriots. War moving up. Aggressively so at that. Critical, sorry. This red is going to kill me. Because they're all wearing red. And when you look at them quickly, they look the same. When you take a bit of time, of course, then different story. But the difference is I'm looking at them all very quickly. Critical against Patriots. Critical player moves into snake 1 outside the cluster. He gets picked up in his actions, though. The big man, Ryan Ace, moves into that 3/4 brick for Patriots. They also move another player into the center field. I think maybe Dorito 1. Lost him just a bit off screen there. Critical moving into that wing, pre-snake wing from that snake corner. Good communication coming out from Patriots. War does have, Critical does have that 1/4 brick on the far side, Dorito side. Asking for a check there is cleared. The ref's in good communication here. Very, very on the ball. Good trained porpoises. Patriots moving up snake 50 outside the cluster though. He's not actually in the cluster itself. His hopper popped open. Ooh, this is tight. If he looks up, he's going to pick up that critical player. That critical player has been taken out on that far side, though. That was good shooting from Ryan in the 1/4 brick. Big run up on that far side. Takes the bunkering. Tries to get into cover. He's getting checked himself. He made sure to take that one critical player with him. Patriots running up. It's tight. They're trying to bunker them. Are they going to pick him up in that corner? He is called out. There's the ref. Patriots pushing up when it mattered. That was good communication. The Cousins moving up together.
Towel.
It was a great run by Leroy, actually. Cruising up, picking the one critical player, and then still putting on enough pressure on the far side. That's a Patriots point against Critical because of the towel thrown in, not wanting to waste time whatsoever. What doesn't help as well is that War and Critical have similar shirts, and they're in the same damn bunker. Just throwing it out there for those who say as bit they don't look the same. They do. Anyway. War back in action against Team Awesome. I love that name. It's like what a 12-year-old would name us like a Lamborghini. Just awesome. Gotta love it. But they have swapped sides, so Awesome will be breaking right to left. Warren, there's Awesome right to left on your screen.
Game on.
It's a nice break out by Awesome, not very aggressive. They haven't pushed further than the wings on the Snakes. As I say, he moves to that 3/4 bunker on the Snake side. 3/4 brick. War throws a play into that Snake 50. They're across from one another. They're within spitting distance. He needs to look up. He's going to get picked up. They do pick up one another. Without the War player getting picked up, how did that happen? The Awesome player is out. He then picks up another player across the field at the bunker 50 on the brick side. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag on Team Awesome side. They're throwing down on that big corner, in that Dorito corner. Lots of paint being flung either way. Center call for War, moving up into that 3/4. Awesome getting flinged. And I can tell you exactly what it was for, because I'm not sure if the camera was on it, but I can tell you it was for questioning the ref after a call had been made. A lot of paint being flung in our corner. Where's the pickup? Oh, where it? It looks like it's on the hopper. There's the Awesome player out. This is War looking stronger and stronger and stronger every time. This was an interesting Snake 50 debacle over here because it looked like the Awesome player got round long enough to ping the War player. Then the War player didn't get hit, retaliated, then picked up the Awesome player. So we're not exactly sure. The head ref Byron van Staden was right there though, saw it, made a call. Then the actual Awesome player then questioned that call, then taking the yellow flag.
Ace.
Let's wait for that confirmation. Should be coming soon.
Point approved.
War going 2-0 up against Team Awesome. Champions division is always hotly contested between the teams.
"30 seconds.
Your 30-second counter, Critical back on the mark against Patriots.
20 seconds.
Critical will be breaking left to right in white and red on your screens. Patriots in the blue and darkish red. It's almost maroon on right to left.
10 seconds.
Is Critical going to pull this point back?
Game on.
There's that Critical break. So far, no one called off the break. Look at that. Makes it all the way into the Snake 1 outside the cluster. Leroy pulled out of the cluster himself in the Snake position. I do believe it is Leroy. Yes, it is. So that's Patriots losing a player. Make that 2. Someone called on that far side. This is not what Patriots would have wanted. They would have either had a nice, long, drawn-out round and retained a point or forced something, but this is exactly what Critical wanted. Some quick drops off the break. Good communication coming out from Critical. Can hear them well. It was Ricardo, I believe Ricardo Ribeiro for Patriots who just got pulled there. Critical talking well from that Dorito 3 position and also that safety snake bunker. Look at those 3 bunkers in the back. The Maginot line defense technique, pattern pending, moves into that 3/4 brick on the snake side. That's Patriots standing firm now as well. Losing another body there. Don't think they have many left to defend this point. Critical's going to move up and force the issue though. There's the last Patriots player pulled out of that Dorito corner bunker. And Critical is moving up. They're going to hit that buzzer. It was a good point, actually. Patriots are not. They allowed themselves to get picked off where they shouldn't. If you're going to get hit at distance, this is their game. Taking the back step, playing defensive, and picking off at distance with good shooting used to be their approach to it. So we'll have to see. Obviously, the new field that's been implemented changes things up a lot.
Point approved.
Point approved. Critical ties it up 1-1 with Patriots. Next, Team Awesome versus Team War.
Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
Teams will be... War will be right to left in the red and black. Awesome will be wanting to make a comeback point here. Someone's been called off. It's a War got picked up off the break. Awesome, I see, have lost a player, busy leaving the field as well. War loses that player in the far side. Not sure who it was. Looked like Steve on his shirt, but it might have just been War in the distance. Just because you lose quick bodies doesn't mean the point loses its value. War moving into that 3/4 brick on your screen. Big slide, made it safely, that's what matters. War trying to pop up over the top of the bunker on that Dorito safety corner. Keep them guessing on which side of the bunker to hit. Awesome player called out. It's good shooting here in the corner. Good communication by War as well. Awesome needs a point here though. They need to find their feet. Big push here by War. They're pushing in Snake 50 just outside. They're another Awesome player down. They're pushing just outside the cluster Snake 50 as well. Not sure who's left on Awesome. They are throwing some paint down, but I don't think there's anyone to eat it. War is going to take it 3-0.
Ace.
Spectacular shooting from War there. Awesome getting picked off a bit from distance.
Point approved.
There you got your point approval.
30 seconds.
Critical and Patriots all tied up, one apiece. 20 seconds left and only
20
under 6
seconds.
minutes to play. This is not an easy game to tell who's going to be taking what.
Ten seconds. Game on.
Big breakout. Both Critical playing a bit defensively. Patriots now playing in that snake 1 outside the cluster. Big play there into that 3/4 brick. Patriots trying to pop over the roof of their bunkers, trying to keep Critical's heads down. Big talk and communication moving up. You can see Patriots want to keep moving. Critical looking a bit hunkered down, actually, moving into that snake 50. That Temple's getting a back beating right at the end of Critical. A Critical player leading the field on the Dorito side immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4 Patriots move up. Big aggressive play here, taking out that Dorito, throwing out so much paint. There's nothing he can do.
Towel.
My heavens.
Towel.
That
Towel.
was so well played by the Patriots. It was the way they moved that made that work. It was. They saw 1 drop, saw 2 drop. They spoke, and 4 Patriots
Point
moved
approved.
in almost unison. Critical, it looked like Critical didn't know what to do. There was just too much paint being thrown at them. The thing is, we've seen Critical play before, and we know they've got some skills there. They're a good side. Can they come back from it?
Thirty seconds. $20 seconds. $10 seconds.
There's your 10-second counter between Awesome and War. War's going to want to wrap this up in a whitewash. Awesome is not going to let that happen, let me tell you that much. War on screen now, breaking left from right. Player called out on Awesome. Looks like a War player was also called out. It's Yeo from Awesome pulled out. War, there's that player who was called. Good communication from Awesome. Also moving into that 3/4 brick now, getting checked out by head ref Byron van Staden. Clear to play. It's old Craig Marley, the Cape Town player who got pushed out there on War, who got hit on just a few seconds after the break. War have that Snake 50 player in the cluster. Awesome loses their Dorito 1 player. Now there's a hit, and there's another hit on that 3/4 brick. War moving up. There's been a yellow flag on War, though. The partners haven't seen it. War's picked up a yellow. They can move up. They have enough men. They've taken out Awesome. Oh, that's good to see. A nice little camaraderie high five between the players there.
Base.
War will take that 4-0, even with a yellow flag on the back Dorito corner. Solid stuff, that. Awesome, looking a little shell-shocked. Giving that whole high five during the game was great to see, though. Means, they play hard, they party hard, but it's not about losing friends. That's very, very cool to see. Waiting for that confirmation.
Point approved. Game finished.
Game finished. War's going to take that against Team Awesome 4-0. A whitewash. I told you they were a good team. They're sitting 3rd, I believe, on the standings. And they're doing some damages there, as you can see. Patriots now versus Critical. Patriots with a 2-1 lead, 5 minutes in.
30 seconds.
This is going to be close as well.
$20 seconds. $10 seconds. Game on.
There's your break. Patriots sliding one all the way to Dorito through. Critical takes one off the break. Loses a player. There's a player in the snake cluster. Snake one wing. Puts another player up at the snake. Oh, it's the original big break to the Dorito side is up at the 50 wall. Actually, Duncan Perald for Patriots got picked off the break. Patriots keep moving up the three-quarter brick there. The big man Ryan Ace in there. Patriots holding a fine high line. Critical also mirroring that image on the three-quarter brick. You can see his arm sticking out every now and then. We've spoken about this field, but it's these pros who have been talking about it, talking about the blind lanes and the kills. You don't know where you're getting hit from, and that it's such an aggressive field. Nothing to defend, really. Critical plays, moves a player out to the far Dorito corner bunker. Less paint being thrown down, trying to check on their numbers. Not hearing much coming out of Critical. I don't know how many are left. There's that wing, though, on Critical. Also that safety snake corner. Patriots lose a player high on the Dorito side, leaving the field. This is a much slower match. This point's going to be important, though. Patriots mustn't throw away this lead. Critical need to tie this up. Just shy of 3 minutes left to play. This changes things. Critical throws a snake 50 in. That's a snake 50 in the cluster, though, not out. Player taken out of snake 50, snake 1 on the outside of the cluster. That Critical player also took out that three-quarter brick. That's how you do that. Apparently taking out 2 Patriots players at once. Towel thrown in. Towel. Critical did exactly what they needed to do there. 2 minutes left. The players are going to get some paint and have a breather. We're going to do the same thing. Don't go anywhere. Super Cup 2018. My name is Adam Zawada, and how good is this paintball? We are live and back in action. Patriots and Critical. This is it. This is it. This is it. Patriots took that timeout, realizing they need to talk about a couple of things because Critical came in well there. Very, very cool stuff. Oh, hectic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It is all tied up. That was all tied up. A beautifully played Critical coming back with that point towel, having to be thrown in. The particular play on the Snake 50 here by the Critical player. Don't know his name. I do apologize for that. But managing to take out both the Ace, the whole Ace family right there, Ryan and his cousin Leroy in the Snake 1 and the 3/4 brick. It was well played Critical, and it was showed because that's what opened up the field to then come around and open up the Dorito side, tying up and forcing the towel. Couple bunkers being washed and cleaned, making sure that there's no issues whatsoever on the field, because we know these competitors can be a little competitive, sometimes not always in a positive way either. So the refs doing what they can do to make sure that everything's good and clean fun. It's good to see even at high levels, though, we saw a couple players, if he knows he shot the oak a little bit too much because he got a little excited on the trigger, but there was an intent behind it. He would apologize, or they'd give a high five and they'd check on each other's health and well-being. I mean, a lot of these oaks go out together afterwards, so it's good to see the spirit of competition alive and well in South African paintball. Interesting stuff. 15 seconds. Remember, Patriots, this is going to be a 5-point thriller whether we like it or not. We haven't had a champions overtime yet either. Patriots breaking left from right of your screen. You can see them a little bit there. And then also Critical right from left.
Game on.
Critical with one of their most aggressive breaks so far, which is the 3/4 bunker. They've never really gone further than that off the break. Patriots sliding a big man straight into the 3/4 bunker, mirroring that 3/4 as well on the Snake side. There's some Dorito players high, but they're but they're not high. They're only at 1 and 2 respectively. Critical moving up to that centered Mayan bunker. Into that Snake 50 Critical. I'm not sure Patriots saw him move. He's got to be careful on that outside, otherwise they're going to wear it at that 3/4. Got to get skinny. Got to get skinny in that bunker. Both of them taking it. Oh, there's a flag. Red flag. Red flag taken out. I think it's on the Patriots side as well. This is not what they wanted. This is the point that's going to cost them.
Towel.
Patriots realizing with that red flag they need to get out of there. They need to save as much time to try and tie it up.
Point approved.
Look at that cloud cover coming in. At least it's not a hot day because it can get pretty warm in Vereniging. That is for sure. I must admit that Critical player with that exchange with the Patriots player from that Snake 50 to that 3/4 brick, a lot of paint was eating. He was eating that with long teeth, that Critical player, wearing at least 3 bullets in the mask there. It's good to see. That's why those masks are power. Earning their price of admission right there.
Take my hand and we'll go away to
We are back and live. Patriots versus
20
Critical.
seconds.
Patriots took a red flag there, not what they would have wanted. We will find out what that was for as well. We're waiting on head ref Byron van Staden. Clean some bunkers. They've done what they've needed
10
to do.
seconds.
Patriots will be breaking right to left, Critical left to right. This is 3-2 at the moment. This is going to be tight, ladies and gentlemen. A minute 30 on the clock. We've seen points in shorter.
Game on.
Critical moving to that three-quarter bunker. Player called out on Critical. Running in the lane there a little, accidentally taking an extra hit. Don't worry, we take a few now and then as well. Your 60-second count's going to be coming up soon. I haven't seen any Patriots players called off yet. This is what they would have wanted. They just need to pick one or two off more. Then they can move up and take these players out.
60 seconds.
Now I see a Patriots player off the field. 1, 2. There's your 60-second counter. It looks like it could be Critical's game if they keep their head. There's a third Patriots player leaving the field. Still a lot of paint being thrown out there, though. How's this? I think there's only 2 Patriots players left. 30 seconds left. Critical is not moving. They are not budging an inch. Look at that. 2 players right in front of the buzzers. Then they've still got the corner player there on the snake side. They are not going down. They've just been throwing paint. Patriots can't get out of those bunkers. The second they peek out, they're going to be hit. And it's too little, too late. 15 seconds. Not enough bodies on the floor. But what a tight game. Really, really, really tight game there. Patriots played really well. They were a little unlucky on the call. We have to find out what the call was for, actually, come to think about it. But
Game
Critical
time
is going to take
finish.
that 3-2. Critical win. They came from behind to take a 3-2 in the lead. We are going to be setting up your next set. We are going to be keeping an eye on the weather. We are a little worried about the lightning. We don't want anybody to be hurt. The only stop for lightning, not for rain. Your next set is Reaper versus Revolt. Apocalypse versus Team War.